Welcome back to the Pittsburgh Sports Saviors. It's Thursday, February 26th, 9:30 p.m. USA Hockey wins both women's and men's. They are the champions of the world.
They are the champions of the world.
I'll let you go off with your Team USA Lee moniker.
First and foremost, shout out Team USA men's and women hockey for winning the gold. I think they both placed Canada and won, I think, in the title game. And I mean, it was a valiant effort by Canada as well. Of course, I think we could see it coming down to those two coming down to the wire to the gold medal championship game, but Team USA snuck it out, won it out, and
for the first time in 46 years since Miracle on Ice, I would have expected them to have a win since then. I was shocked to hear that. But yeah, they get the win in overtime, win exciting fashion.
Yeah.
Go USA.
Go USA. One of my favorite little clips, I forget the guy on Team USA, but they were going around and they were showing all the guys after they came out because they were getting ready to give them the medal or whatever. And the camera pans to one of the guys and he mouths, "I'm getting fucked up tonight."
Yeah, it was a good show.
It was a good one.
Had Goudreau's jersey out there.
He
sadly passed away. It was good to see him there. It was, and celebrating him. It was nice.
However, USA did not take home the most golds this Olympics. The Netherlands did, but they still did good. They were in second place with total medal count, and so they did what they needed to do this Winter Olympics. But I'm excited. We got to see both the men's and women win gold. Hockey was pretty good.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, it was pretty uneventful Olympics for me, at least. I usually fall a little bit. I just wasn't there. I don't know. If it's me, if it's society, if it's because it's on Peacock for the most part. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but I didn't watch.
I don't know. I didn't watch too much of it. But I don't know. Maybe I think because it's wintertime, it's cold out. It's like it's a little dreary. I think we're more excited for the Summer Olympics because there's more things going on in the summertime than there are in the wintertime. So, but I mean, still, great to see all those competitors out there all over the world be able to compete in Italy and do their thing. So it was amazing to see. So it's all good. But Team USA, gold hockey winners, both men and women. Way to go! That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
So you mentioned being excited for summer. Right now, I'm excited for spring.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on. The Pittsburgh Pirates are in spring training. Phenom Connor Griffin's crushing balls over the mini monster, I guess we'll call it, the spring monster.
He's the number one prospect, right? Isn't he?
Number one prospect in baseball, 19 years old. There's starting to be a lot of people saying he's probably going to make the team out of spring training, which would be awesome. Yeah. I'm still not sold on them bringing him up. No. I'm sold on him.
No, him. I meant I was agreeing with you with the team on bringing him up. Yeah.
There's also talk of them signing him to an extension already. Both sides are interested. No offers have officially been made, though. So it would be great to get him wrapped up. And there's incentive to get him on the opening day roster. You can actually earn a draft pick if he wins Rookie of the Year. If he's on the opening day roster, if he's not on the opening day roster, then it's the opposite. It happened with Paul Skeens, where if he wins Rookie of the Year, you have to give him that service time for the whole time he missed, even if he wasn't on the opening day roster. So this incentive for him to make it. There's really no one set in stone at shortstop for sure. And he looks the part. So I think there's a shot he makes it out of spring training, which would be amazing. For a 19-year-old kid. I don't know since when, but there's only been 4 players with the amount of at-bats and the age that he has that have made it to the major leagues in this short time frame. So very intrigued to see what he can do. He's going to be a stud. It's a question of when he's going to be a stud. Is it going to be on March 26th or a few months down the line?
Yeah. But I know you're excited for baseball to get started back up, one of your favorite sports, and I'm excited too to be able to get to some Pirate games this season. Hopefully, get out there to PNC Park to watch a couple games. So, I'm excited for the season to get started.
Yeah, and then another segue, because I'm the segue champ tonight. There's more to be excited for this spring in Pittsburgh. We have the NFL draft coming to town. And
about
Omar,
60 days. Yeah.
Omar Khan talked at the NFL Combine this week about a 13-minute clip. Figured we can go through what he had to say this week and hit that real quick. Let me pull him up.
Let's hear what Omar Khan, the Don, has to say.
First, I can remember hearing him since the Tomlin news, right?
Yeah.
Guys, good morning. Good to see everyone. Obviously, you guys know where the draft is this year in Pittsburgh. I can tell you that the community is really excited. We're all excited. It's a great place to host a draft, and can't wait for the rest of the world to get to know Pittsburgh a little more, because it's a special and unique place. Before I take any questions, I'll just mention, Coach McCarthy's been on the for
yikes. 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 Woo. Yikes. Yikes.
You got the same first name.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't already. Here we go.
About a month. And it's been a grind, but it's been tremendous. I personally have learned a lot through the process, and Steelers haven't done this in a long time, but it's been great, and a lot of work, a lot of conversations, good discussions. But that's where we're at, and I personally I'm really excited and have enjoyed the process. Coach McCarthy has been great, so happy to take any questions. Yeah, like all the fans, we're all searching for the next franchise, player. This guy's going to be our quarterback for 10 to 15 years, and it might be Will. We don't know. We're excited to work with Will. Really liked him coming out last year. Unfortunately, he got hurt, and we didn't get a chance to see him in the preseason. But he, we've watched his progression in practice, and it's been exciting. And I know the new coaching staff, specifically Coach McCarthy, is excited to work with him. Really liked him coming out.
So Will Howard gets the first question. He's the guy in house. If you're gonna say he's the future, I'm not sold. I've never been sold on it. He's a late round pick, but what are your thoughts on the first question being about Will Howard there?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be mentioned only because we really haven't heard much about Aaron Rodgers returning or not. I mean, there's been murmurs and little things here and there that he may come back and things like that, but we don't have the official word that he's coming back. So I don't. Again, and you've talked about this, for a while now. I don't really foresee Mason Rudolph being the starting quarterback come week one. When the season comes in September, things like that. Definitely not. And so, I think with Will Howard being the guy right now that they drafted last year is, again, he was a lower round pick, but with him being the guy that they did draft, I could definitely see them having some interest. I think Mike McCarthy talked about it when we went through his press conference about how he was excited to work with him and things like that. And so I think maybe they see him as the guy moving forward right now, at least Omar Khan and McCarthy right now. But I don't know. It's interesting that he got the first question. I thought maybe it would be something else about maybe Mike McCarthy and, his
I was
new
expecting
role.
a Rodgers question. I'm sure the Rodgers question's coming next.
Yeah,
but that's what I was going to expect to happen.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's going to talk about the draft, so I won't jump the gun. But there's a few QBs I think they've been tied to so far. But let's see. Here's some more questions real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. That's not specific just to the quarterback position. That's every position. We're looking for franchise type guys at every position. So it's certainly important. the door's open to have Aaron back. I've had conversations with him. I spoke to him last week. Mike McCarthy spoke to him, and he knows how we feel about him. And it's right now we're proceeding. He's a free agent and he's not on the roster. So, but he knows how we feel about him.
There it is for you. Just the comment on Rodgers we would expect. We got one comment here. Go with Howard. So he's got some support out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one thing is the speed of the game, right? The anticipation. That just kind of comes with playing at this level. It's different than it is at the college level, but we saw that improve every week, and there's a lot to like. That's a question for Aaron. I mean, he knows how we feel, and I think we know how he feels about us. It was a good experience for both sides. Unfortunately, we didn't reach our goals on winning the games that we wanted to win at the end. But there's a mutual respect there. Yeah, I think the circumstances are a little different, but just conversations we had. I think neither side wants to have this drag on like it did last year.
Thoughts on that? What do you think we need to get a firm timetable this year compared to last year with Aaron?
I mean, it would be nice because if they go and draft another quarterback, you know what I mean? It's like, then what? Then he says, "Oh, he's coming back." Now you have all these quarterbacks on the roster, you know what I mean? And I get Aaron Rodgers is a prima donna. He's gonna take his time. He's gonna do whatever he wants. He's got a big ego. He's got to figure out what he really wants. But it would probably benefit how they would want to draft, if he decides to want to come back so they can figure out what they want to do. If they go and draft another quarterback and then he says, then it's like, now, it's like, I guess, you can look and say, oh, well, we have some quarterback and we have some, quarterbacks in the thing, but, in our depth chart or whatever. But, it's like now what do you do with all these quarterbacks? You drafted 2 in a row waiting for Aaron Rodgers to respond. So, it'd be nice if he said something soon, but you know how he is. He's going to wait till the last minute.
If he was 35 and was looking for a multi-year deal, I'd be more on your side. The fact that it's only going to be 1 year, it shouldn't affect their drafting. That would be foolish of them to have Rodgers be the reason they don't draft a quarterback or do draft a quarterback. And Will Howard, once again, he's a late round pick. It's not the if they were to draft another quarterback this year, I don't think that's a big deal either. I mean, if Will Howard, a bunch of ifs here, if he was even a third round pick, maybe you're right. But I'd push back a little bit. I'd say since he's a late round pick, I don't think it affects that too much. I think you want him there for mini camps and things like that. I think this year. If he doesn't want to do that, maybe it is time to move on because the ceiling doesn't appear to be a Super Bowl. I don't think.
Yeah. Oh, no, not yet.
Unless they make some moves that I don't expect them to make.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're ruining your season if you tell them, hey, it's time to shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, exactly. I hear you.
Yeah, so there's several traits, but I'll say we have to find the right quarterback that's going to be an AFC North quarterback. Playing in the AFC North, there's nothing like it. The cold weather, the rivalries, the division, the physicality of the division. So it's got to be a AFC North quarterback.
A lot of quarterback questions.
Yeah, I expected that. But what are your thoughts on the AFC quarterback? I get what he's saying, but I wish he would have gave unless he's trying to be intentionally coy and doesn't want to give away what he wants to do. I'm not. That answer was pretty vague.
I don't know what he was trying to do there. Part of me thinks he's just trying to be silly, because I don't know, because it's maybe because he's getting asked so many questions about the quarterback. Maybe he wanted to be funny, but it's got to be a guy that's going to be an AFC North guy. He's got to be that kind of guy.
Does he mean like tough? He needs to be a tough guy. He needs to be gritty because like AFC North are there quarterbacks? Are there elite quarterbacks that are as different as Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson?
Yeah,
I mean they do not have very similar games at all. They're both AFC North quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and then Cleveland. Who knows what that would mean for Cleveland? So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just being silly.
But two quarterbacks. I guess I'll stop here just in case they don't go into they shift over. That seem to be on the radar. First round wise would be Alabama's Ty Simpson. He should be available around that 21 pick. I'm not overly excited about the guy, but I haven't gone deep into looking into the draft. I just don't think he jumps out at me as like an elite guy. And if you're not going to get an elite guy, I don't know if you should draft him in the first round. And then the other name is Garrett Nussmeier, who actually has a connection to Mike McCarthy. I think it's his dad, Doug Nussmeier, coach with McCarthy in Dallas. So there's a connection there. He would be more of a second or third round pick probably. He was the Heisman favorite, I think, going into the season.
Oh, wow.
So those are two names, but he did not have a great season, and that's why he's fallen in the draft some. But those are two names that are tied to them right now. That's Gus Myers or Nussmeier is from LSU. I don't know if I mentioned that, but those are two guys that might be looking at the quarterback position if they decide that Will Howard is not the guy. But I got a message here. F Aaron Rodgers, go with the rookie. I think you give him his time to do what he wants to do, but if he wants to keep playing, at some point you gotta go, okay, we're moving on this year. I don't think he's not that guy anymore. He's not the guy you wait on, I don't think anymore.
Exactly.
I still think he can win games. I still think he could take the Steelers to the playoffs, but if you got other guys, it's okay to not make the playoffs for a year and build up a guy. Maybe you get another higher pick and you get yourself a left tackle with Broderick Jones's injuries and everything coming up. There's moves that can be made here, I think, that don't have to involve Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, what was the first part of the question? Oh, yeah. So you have to have an understanding of where they've been, who coached them at the previous school, who's coaching them now, scheme, players that are around them. There's a lot of different factors, and a lot of the pressure falls on our scouts because they're the ones that want to know. When Coach McCarthy and I ask him questions, we want to know everything right away. So. Yeah, he's been great. You know what, Jenna, we really haven't had that much time to think about it. It's just been fluid. I mean, we have been grinding nonstop, so we don't have a choice other than to communicate often. And we've really got to know each other a lot and understand how he thinks. He understands how I think, and it's been a learning process. But it's been a grind, a good grind.
So I mean, McCarthy is a QB guy, and if he does take one here, it's going to define his time as a coach. He has to get the right guy. He has to gets the guy that can fit with what he wants to do, and he doesn't have much time. He's an older guy. I don't expect him to be coaching at 75. So he's got to get something going with the guy, I think.
He better, because all those tears he shed during that press conference, it ain't gonna mean nothing if he don't get it right.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just sort of how it worked out. But there's some good. I mean, it speaks to the talent in the Big Ten. There's a lot of talent, a lot of good players there, and our scouts spent a lot of time there, and it's just sort of how it worked out. I'd say all options are on the table right now. Yeah. Yeah, both players are free agents, like you mentioned. Both players are. We'd like to have both of them back. We'll see how it shakes out.
Pretty sure he's talking about the receiver room, right?
Yeah, I think that's what he was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, Kelvin Austin is one of the receivers. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I know I have to be missing. Do you know who he might be thinking of as the other receiver?
I don't know who did we have? Scotty Miller, Adam Thielen, Martavis. No, not Martavis. Marquez Valdez.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who the other guy would be. Yeah.
Let me look real quick just so I can get it going. Sorry.
I can't even think of who else is in that quarterback or wide receiver room. It's so small. There ain't nothing going on. I mean, DK, was only his first year. So.
Yeah, those are the names. I mean, whoever the guy was, he could have just been talking about one of the other guys. I'm not thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
Or Valdez Scantling makes sense. So we're gonna pretend that. But we talked about free agency last week. Obviously, I think they're gonna grab a receiver early in this draft. I don't know if it'll be the first round or where it'll be, but I think they're going to grab one.
Now, I think so too. And the Steelers have a great history. I think the two big areas that they draft well is wide receiver and linebacker. I think those are like the two, big key areas that they do well with drafting. And so, of course, we've had some very talented wide receivers, over the history of this team, and some great ones that are up there, and of course, they've been divas as well. So, you just know that whoever they draft is going to probably follow suit with what we've seen in the past with some of the wide receivers. But I think it'll still be a good pick of whoever they pick up in the draft.
Yeah, and specifically, they've been able to find outside linebackers and receivers in the mid rounds that have been successful. They haven't had to use first rounders, although when they have used them for people like TJ Watt, it's kind of worked out. So it's good call on that.
Yeah, well, we pay Pat for a reason, and we expect him to be a big part of the offense this year. I know the new coaching staff likes him. They're excited to work with him. He represents us well, and Pat's a Steeler. You can't ever have enough good players at a specific position. With respect to the monetary part of your question, I'd say we're in a good cap position, so we have flexibility to do different things. And obviously, we haven't been in a position where we're paying the quarterback position at the top level. So we've had flexibility to where maybe you can go heavy at a specific position.
What are your thoughts on Jonnu Smith and whether or not he'll be back? That conversation was about the money they're spending at tight end. And like you said, they do have cap space. So it's not like a end of the world kind of deal. But Smith wasn't what we wanted him to be last year. I don't think.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. I don't think he'll be back at all. I think they spent the money on Pat Freiermuth, and I think that he's going to be the guy moving forward. I mean, of course, you have Darnell Washington, the big guy. And so I just don't. I mean, we didn't, like you said, we didn't see much from Jonnu Smith. He didn't make the plays that he was doing when he was down in Miami and things like that, making splash plays like that. And so I don't foresee them really bringing him back. I think he'll probably be cut and become a free agent, released by the team. And so I think they may go somewhere else with a tight end, go a different direction, tight end. So, but I don't think he'll be back.
Go to this comment. We need a receiver, guys. I think we need multiple receivers. So
100%.
You can use that Jonnu Smith money to get yourself a receiver in free agency.
Yeah.
And you can get a receiver in the draft and really rebuild that room because I think they need it. Even DK wasn't that guy. We're paying him a lot of money. He wasn't that guy last year. Hopefully he fills in and figures it out there. But Yeah, they need receivers, I think.
Well, yeah, receivers 100%. Speaking of the money thing, let's just hope that they don't do the same thing they did last year with having the highest paid defense and not doing shit. Let's figure something out with that. Let's get that going.
It's going to be tough though, because I mean, who's going to want these old guys anyway?
Yeah, that's true.
On defense,
that's true.
I think
that's
you're just
true.
going to be stuck with this. Another comment here: Khan is like Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
I guess that could be a positive. That could be
You calling him a dictator?
He's a conqueror. He's a conqueror.
Huh? He's a dictator. Huh? Interesting. Interesting. All right.
An emperor.
Expect him to contribute. Yeah, obviously what you guys saw on the field was disappointing. It's got to be better, but we see it on the practice field. We knew what he did in college, and I'd expect Caleb to turn the corner. Yeah, that's a good question. I've talked about how you guys have heard me talk about my belief in Roman. I think Roman's a talented player, and I expect him to contribute. I know the coaching staff is excited to work with him, and his rookie year, he got hurt, and that was a little bit of a setback. And last year, the opportunities didn't come. I think like everybody would have liked, but I think he's got a good future.
So that's two young guys. Caleb Johnson's first, and then Roman Wilson. They need to step up.
Yeah.
Them stepping up would be huge for this offense.
Yeah.
You're going to have two good running backs at least. I think Warren, last week I said I Gainwell might leave, but I've seen that the contract for him is projected in some places for 2 years, $10 million. If it's that, then you got to bring him back. But
yeah.
Caleb Johnson, he had such a great college career, and usually running backs can make that jump. So I expect him to do something. And then Roman Wilson, he could help a lot with that receiver room if he can break out.
Yeah, I mean, those two guys were some talked about prospects for sure when they were in the draft and things like that, and when they were drafted by us, what they were saying, what they can contribute to the team. Caleb Johnson, I'm pretty sure he probably had that first year rookie jitters for sure. He made some mistakes, especially in that Seattle game. But I think if they're seeing what they're seeing in practice with him and Roman Wilson, I would hope that they can definitely step up and help this offense improve. If that's what Omar is saying that they're seeing on the field, in practice. So hopefully, maybe they got some of those jitters out of the way and they're able to get some more practice time and playing time to see them be able to shine out there on the field.
Knows his stuff. So that was a compliment to Omar. The comment, the gang is called. It was
Genghis Khan.
It was a positive remark. I like it. We need some passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first year obviously was the injuries. He was. Sorry, Brian McFadden over there waving at me. He was.
B-Mac.
Where's he at?
First year he got hurt. And I think at the end we were getting ready to start the window for him to practice, and we got eliminated from the playoffs. And then last year, different situations, there were different things, and there's not one specific thing, but I'm confident you guys are going to see some good things from him this year. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good question. I'll just say, look, the approach we take is we try to get as many good players at every position as we can, and let us shake out from there. You just that's the right approach for us.
I think that's the approach too. I'm a big proponent of best player available.
Yeah.
We're talking about receiver and all that and quarterback, but if there's a guy you think's a stud, take him in the first.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm excited. We've been talking about this for a long time. Pittsburgh's such a special place. It's unique. Where it's going to be held, it's pretty exciting, and it's going to be it's going to be great not only for the local people, but I just can't wait for I have lots of friends. I'm getting a ton of requests, and I'm sure a lot of people are, about passes, what's going on, what to do, and I'm just excited to show off the city. Yeah, we have options. So, I'd love to be able to stand here every year and say I have 12 picks. I'll take that right now. It just gives us options. So.
Omar, I know that Mike was responsible for constructing his staff. One of the guys that how important is it for someone like Will Allen's development to have that continuity and
Yeah. So Mike, Tom Arth and Mike McCarthy have some history together, but Tom's done an awesome job with those guys. I know those players really like him, the young guys, the older guys, and it's important. He's here for a reason.
That's this might be more interesting. Let's just play it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, his passion for the game of football was very unique. Like, he just loves ball, and just like I had a great. It was an honor and privilege. I mentioned this earlier to work with side by side with Mike, but his passion and his positivity when it comes to players. I mean, I could sign every single one of you guys, and he would try to find something that you guys could do in the football field. It's just his approach is pretty unique.
He is a player's coach.
He's a player's coach.
To tease what we're going to do next, we're going to look over the grades from the NFL Players Association. They do every year. Well, the fourth year they've done it. The only good grade they got was an A for head coach, and now he's gone.
Yeah. Woo!
We've talked on the phone a couple times. I think maybe once I've seen him. Well, how long has it been? It's been what? I don't even know. 6 weeks, 7 weeks, whatever it's been. So yeah, we've talked on the phone a few times, but I think just once. Yeah, I don't think we were good enough overall. We didn't win a single playoff game. That's not good enough. So we have to be better at every position.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, his arm's fine, by the way. No, should be no restrictions, no issues. It's just him, who he is, and I expect him to get even better. And he had more opportunities too. Going into a potential contract year? A tough evaluation. I'll take 20 of them. He's a guy we want here long term. I think to when your question is, we're in good cap shape, so we have the flexibility to maybe do some things that might not be normal in people's eyes, but we have that flexibility. So the key is just keep as many of our good players under contract and locking them up. That's important. I really believe we have a good young nucleus of guys that are deserving of second contracts.
Guys, two more.
When you mean like online? Yeah, we I don't use. Be candid, like I don't go online and read mock drafts. That would that's not me. But we have our own system of how we evaluate and judge different scenarios of what other people could do. And I mean, we study it, but until you don't know what the other 31 teams are thinking. So we're all guessing.
Last one.
If you look at our contracts, I don't really like to talk about specifics. That's not really, you don't see a lot of those in our contracts, but it's just a different technique. Different people use it for different reasons. You probably have to ask them why they choose to do it that way. I believe in the way we've done it and the system. It's worked for us. And like I said, we've managed it in the right way for us.
So that's Omar Khan
Omar
from the
Khan.
Combine.
Genghis Khan from the Combine.
Genghis Khan from the Combine, that which started in all reality today with the evaluations. It'll go through Sunday or Monday. Can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But we got a comment here. Kicker getting old. He's born March 16th, 1991, a week after me. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about me?
Kickers last a long time. He'll be all right.
I think he has a good 3-4 years at least.
Oh, yeah, at least.
As a top guy. And then, I wouldn't be too worried about that. And they've gotten, I guess we've had like 1 or 2 years where it's been shaky, but they've been pretty lucky in finding guys that can be pretty good kickers, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not too worried in their ability.
Where's Jeff Reed at these days? What's he up to? Give him a call.
Make sure you're at the bars, you're safe. Omar comes off pretty well there. I thought he at least looks the part. He sounds the part.
Yeah.
He's now the guy. I think in the room he's got more tenure than Mike McCarthy. Kevin Colbert isn't really around. Mike Tomlin's gone. It's going to be his baby, I think, there now in the draft rooms probably.
Yeah, I think so. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm. And it'll be nice to see what he can do.
I mean, like he seems like he wants to win. You know, it looks like he wants to get the best player, things like that. You know, I think he's ready. He wants to see this city and this team, you know, win a championship. So, you know, I think he wants it to happen. It's just, you know, trying to find the right guys and the right pieces.
And the question now is, do we have the right guys? That's how I have these grades from the NFL Players Association, and it's not good.
Oh, no.
They have many different categories. Yikes. We don't have blurbs like we usually do of why they got ranked this for the most part. But there is a couple that they mentioned. But anyway, I'm just going to go through them and give you the rankings. They were ranked dead last overall. First one was treatment of families. They gave them an F.
Oh,
31st in the league. We've talked about it before. It's rough. This is a new one. Home game field F-, tied for last. This one they did talk about. The players cite inadequate maintenance and excessive wear from hosting local college and high school games. Players across the league note the poor condition of the field and emphasize the need for investment to bring it up to standard. And then the Steelers locker room group was graded an F as well. Players reported that it only has 5 bathroom stalls for the entire team. 53-man roster, plus your practice squad, plus your coaches. We got 5 stalls.
Wow. What the hell? What the hell? It's supposed to be a new stadium. That's all they put was 5 stalls in there. Wow.
At this point, it's 25 years.
I mean, I know 25 years now, but I mean, at the time, they only put 5 in there. What the hell?
Food dining area got a B-, that's 23rd. Nutritionist, dietitian, that's 23rd with a B also. Locker room, I mentioned F-. Training room, a C. Training staff, a B+. So that training room is 24th. Training staff is 16th. There's no excuse on those. You're in Pittsburgh. No. There's so much medicine in this around here. There's no reason your training staff isn't an A.
Yeah.
So weight room is a B, which is tied for 24th. Strength coach is B-, but that's tied for last. Position coach is B, which is 15th. Offensive coordinator B+, tied for 14th. Defensive coordinator C, tied for 29th. We've given him a lot of flack, and it seems like the team is not high on him either. That's one of the lowest grades in the league. What are your thoughts on Austin getting that? What are your thoughts on B+ for your boy in offense also?
I mean, obviously you could tell that there was no branching out of Mike Tomlin's tree. You know, there was nothing going on. You know what I mean?
James Harrison has said that before.
Yeah, you know, and so it's. I mean, this is all based off of Mike Tomlin and his staff and all that, and I mean, we'll have to compare it to next year with when this season ends. We'll talk about it next year in 2027 when we talk about this next year. And so, but it's just crazy that that it's just this poor and this bad of like everything.
So here comes the first A and A minus.
Here we go.
Special teams coordinator, tied for 8th.
Where's the gum? Where's the gum? Where's the gum? Where's the gum?
Danny Smith. He's gone. So the first A minus the first A is gone.
Wow.
Team travel F, tied for last.
Ooh.
Head coach A, tied for 3rd.
He's
so
gone.
The two A's are both gone from the team. General manager C plus, tied for 29th.
Ooh.
And then here's the big one. Team ownership D minus 31st.
Ooh.
Is Art Rooney putting the Rooney name into the dirt?
Ooh, he might be. He might
if you look at a lot of these Fs, it's things that the ownership should be controlling.
Yes.
And
yes.
They're just broke. Maybe they're poor.
That's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Maybe they're cash poor. The franchise is worth a lot, but maybe they just can't because this is not good.
That's piss poor. Is
a lot of bad grades.
Is Mr. Rooney now the Bob Nutting of the NFL?
I don't know, man.
Oh no.
I wish they would do those for the MLB too, because I would love to see where they have all those things on Nutting. Nutting's supposed to be like a good person.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he'll have that bad of a rep there, but yeah, it seems like
I'll tell issues. You, he definitely doesn't have his dad's charm and love that some of the other people had for him. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, can you think of anyone coming out and praising Art?
Nobody. I can't think of anybody. Nobody talks about him. There's nothing. I'm shocked.
Yeah, but those are just bad.
That's bad. I mean, to have
you go ahead. You go first.
No, I'm just saying, to have those bad grades like that. Like you said, that falls on the ownership. A lot of that stuff falls on him. So, he's got to take a look in the mirror and figure out what he's doing wrong.
But does this say something about the leadership on this team that these guys have not won anything? The guys on the top on this roster have not won anything. And are they driving these ratings down? Are they the ones complaining about things like this, leading to the bad grades, where maybe in other places you have leadership that is all about football and isn't going to bitch about things like this?
I mean, it's a possibility too, because I could go back to Cam Hayward. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
With his shit. You know what I mean? It's like, you're supposed to be the captain of the team and you're fucking, I want money until I get to, before I start playing. It's like, I mean, like who can we really say is the real leader on this team right now? I don't think we can really pinpoint a certain name of somebody. I mean, sure, you have Cam Hayward, you have TJ Watt, I don't know, Jalen Warren's one of the veteran guys there. Chris Boswell, I don't know if he really says much, but it's like, who's like the big main guys that you would really consider to be the leader on that team? I don't know.
Especially on offense, if you're going to take Rodgers out of the equation. It's Pat Freiermuth. It's tough. It really is tough for leadership. That's something they could look into. They're getting guys that have that quality, that are also good football players. Because right now, you're right. I don't see the leadership there. Cam Hayward is respected, but they haven't done their job. They haven't done the winning that they need to do.
I don't think so. And again, a lot of it does fall on our Rooney, but I think probably some of it does fall on the players too. For however they're going about with complaining about things, and some of these players wanting money, and then now all the money's gone here and we're not seeing anything to improve over there, so I don't know.
Maybe it's the chicken, maybe it's the egg. I don't know if we'll get an answer on that.
We'll never get an answer.
Anything else you want to hit on today?
Penguins played. They started back up tonight.
Yeah, big.
Last I checked, they were up 3-1.
I'll check real quick.
I don't know if the game's over.
News for them though is Sidney Crosby's out at least 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And the fact that they decided to put him on there for 4 weeks, I'm more. They did win 4-1. I'm worried it's going to be even longer than that.
I mean, he's older. He's not young, anymore. I mean, he is older. I mean, Story's still playing a little bit of an elite level, but an injury, whatever. They still haven't really said what the injury is, but the fact, like
that's
you
just
said,
hockey.
4 weeks.
Yeah, they're not going to tell him. They're not going to tell us exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're still second place in the Metropolitan. They're at 72 points. First place is at 80 points. Third place is the Islanders at 71. But then there's a gap after that, and you need to get in those top 3 spots, which guarantees you a spot. Washington at 67. Columbus at 65. So they're in a good spot. If Crosby needs some time, as long as they're staying in this race, I guess you give him as much time as he needs, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as long as they're able to stay in pace with those, that top 3 spot in their division, I think you give them the rest, and hopefully they can get a division win. And he depending on how severe the injury is and however things are going, if they're still playing well, and he's able to come back, come playoff time, hopefully all he'll do is just contribute more to them being able to go further in the playoffs. So, just hoping for a speedy recovery for him, and hoping that the Penguins can kind of continue on the role that they're on right now. They had a little break because of the Olympics, but I think they're going to hopefully continue to pick back up where they left off. So
yeah, he leads the team leading the team in goals and assists, averaging over a point a game. He's having a very strong season. Tough to see him go down, fighting for his Canadian brethren. But maybe Malkin can step back up. He's he's at 44 points in 41 games. He's not playing that bad himself so far. So
not too bad.
Give him a chance to do his thing. I know there's been previous times when Crosby's gone out where he's stepped up. Turncoat Crosby. It sounds like he got what he deserved in those Olympics.
Poor guy gets hurt.
It is crazy to think that he's been in Pittsburgh longer than he was a kid, because he got here at 18. So it's been a long time for him here.
A long time for him here in Pittsburgh.
But obviously he's still a Canadian national. Or captain of the Canadian hockey team. He calls him the turncoat.
Calls him the turncoat. Poor guy got hurt. You call him a turncoat. Poor guy. Oh well. What can you do? What can you do?
But that's all I got for this week. We'll see what happens, if anything interesting happens at the combine. Next week, the Winter Baseball Classic will start getting up. I think we won't have too much game play before we next talk. But it'll be interesting to see.
You said Skeens was going to be pitching, right? Yeah,
he's going to pitch for Team USA. He's going to. I think there's 7 games total as a possibility if you make the championship. He's currently slated to pitch in 2 of those games, which is obviously most guys will get 1 or 2. And then they got a bunch of other guys going on, a bunch of other teams. Dominican has O'Neill Cruz, Dennis Santana. I'm going to forget some names, obviously. Nick Gonzalez is playing for Mexico. Spencer Horwitz is playing for Israel. So there's going to be a lot of guys. Back on Crosby real quick, one more hitter. Made $1 million at Pittsburgh. He made $1 billion at Pittsburgh, probably. Crosby's got to be... Now, I bet you Crosby's probably made over $50 million in his career between NHL and
endorsements, and all kinds. Easily. Oh, give the guy a break. The guy got hurt. He's in his late 30s. Come on, give the guy a break. He's brought this city 3 championships with the Penguins. Come on.
Kicker getting old. He's 3 years older than him, playing at an elite level.
Kicker getting old, Crosby getting old. Old fucking city's getting old. What can you do? What can you do?
All right, Lee. Good talks. I'll see you next week.
I'll see you.